Alright guys, what's going on? Pat Garrett here, and this is my first ever review video on any kind of firearm. Hopefully I can turn this into a thing. This is me testing it out. So please drop down in the comments and let me know what you think and what I can improve on. I'm going to try to hit all the major points here. This is my competition gun. It's also my truck gun. It's not a gun that I carry on me all the time. It's not an EDC gun or whatever you want to call it. It's just it's only there if I absolutely had to have it, and for fun as well. It's probably one of the best competition guns I could have asked for out of the box. So anyway, without further ado, all weapons are safety checked prior to the video, so you will see me handling it kind of weird, but that's just because I am very comfortable with this. So this is the Springfield XDM9 in a 5 1/4 inch. This is their competition pistol. It has a match grade barrel, a factory match grade barrel, not a true match grade, but close enough. You see it's got the lightning slide cut out here, and it has extra long sight radius, the adjustable sights, and the beautiful extra long sight radius there. I absolutely love it. That is literally the #1 most favorite thing about this handgun. That's probably 50% of the reason why I bought it in the first place. So key points to note here are, one, you see how easy it is to take down once you get proficient with it. The trigger is absolutely phenomenal. For an out-of-the-box gun. It's not any kind of aftermarket Geisley or Timney or anything like that. It's just a factory Springfield trigger. It's beautiful, smooth. It's kind of spongy. It's kind of a turn-off for some people. But it's a competition and carry gun for me, so I think it fits both scenarios as best you can, because competition is not carry, and carry is not good for competition. So it doesn't need to. I did spray paint the frame in FDE just sheerly for aesthetics. I think it looks a lot better. Should have got the... Actually, I don't think this comes in an FDE, so there you go. That's why. I do have the Talon grip for it. I absolutely love it. Let me break this down real quick. Actually, before I break it down, check this out real fast. I'm not going to put a round in it just because I don't have any snap caps on me right now, but it does have the cocked indicator and the loaded chamber indicator there, so you can quickly make sure that you are actually hot before that buzzer goes off and you forget how to breathe. So taking it apart, it breaks down into the same main components that any other handgun breaks down into. It's fairly quick. The field strip, I have to say I'm pleased at how clean this gun stays. It's a very clean firing gun. The only thing internally that I would change, aside from spring pressures, I do plan on getting a Springer Precision spring kit one day, but that would be the ejector here. That ejector it works, don't get me wrong. It does its job well. I've never had a failure to eject, but it's just so hard. Hey, what's up? I scare you? My bad. It's very stiff, very stiff. But I mean, there's no big deal about that. Yeah, so that's about the only thing that I would change out of it. The slide is actually, it's very narrow as it tapers up to the top. Which is great for ergonomics. Doesn't affect anything at all. It actually lightens the slide up a little bit. Same thing, this slide cutout here definitely lightens the slide up. And if you look here, hopefully you can see that in the top grooves here, there are 2 cutouts there that also take away weight. That's all they're designed to do, is to take away as much weight as possible. So it's a very light gun. Fully unloaded, it is the lightest polymer 5 1/4 or 5-inch barrel polymer gun that you can buy that I'm aware of. I'm sure there may be one out there. I'm speaking for out-of-the-box guns, and that is unloaded. Now, when you actually put ammo in this thing, that's when the game changes, because it has a massive 19 round +1 capacity with a flush magazine. So there's that. That's the other half of the reason why I bought it, aside from the things it came with. That's a lot, and it's balanced as well, if not better than a Beretta M9. So I mean, it's a beautifully smooth shooting gun. I see a lot of people do reviews on them, and this gun gets overlooked a lot, and I really don't know why. They do a review on it, and then they compare it to a Glock, and then they say the Glock is better. But if you go back and look at the tape, they missed 1 shot with this and 5 with the Glock, and I don't understand how that makes the Glock better. Yeah, it may not feel as good, but it's not about comfortability at the end of the day. It's about staying alive. So I don't understand how that ends up being a thing. So I'm trying to give Springfield a little bit of representation here. Also, polished feed ramp right out of the gate before I forget. So that's something usually most people have to go back and do, and that's something that it comes out of the box with: chrome polished bore, or chrome polished chamber, and a chrome and polished feed ramp. So huge plus, high lubricity on those rounds feed. I've never had a failure to feed, never had a failure to eject. And part of that goes to the quality of these magazines. They are super, super smooth. I mean, that is just silent. And they drop free. They actually, I've never had to flick a magazine out. They just go. Never had a problem. When you buy it, I don't know if they still have this deal, but when I bought mine, you get the XDM Essentials Pack, whatever they call it. This is going to save you a lot of money if you don't want to go out of the gate and buy a whole bunch of stuff. If you want a concealment holster, unfortunately it doesn't come with a concealment holster. It just has an open carry holster, which I use in the competition because it works. Aside from the fact that it's paddle, which is more for like an IDPA kind of deal, or IPSC. You can't really put this on a gunfighter's belt or a war belt. So if you're going to really get heavy into it, it may not be the right thing. But it's got a magazine holster, this standard regular holster, the speed loader, all kinds of extras, replacements for things that may go down on the gun, hand guard, stuff like that. Bore brush, lock and key, and it came with 3 magazines. I now have a gajillion and a half, if that's even a number. So you gotta love it, and that polymer case is extremely tough. I have had many boo-boos with that thing. What's wrong with you, girl? You good? So that's my XDM 5.25 and 9mm. Yes, I did do a few extras to it to make it look pretty. There's a million videos on YouTube. That's how I learned how to do it. Practiced it, got it right, and it's not hard. So that's it for me. The takedown, but the ergonomics, the functionality of this weapon is 10 times better than anything else that I held whenever I bought this. And yes, I did hold all the major brands, all of the types of 9mm that they had in the store. I think I probably held about 25 to 30 guns that day, and this was the one that won for me. And I'll put up a small clip of a 20 round magazine where I shot the whole magazine in probably 30 seconds, and not super rapid shooting or anything like that, but my group was probably 3 fingers wide at yeah, I have a hard time with my pinky, but my group was about 3 fingers wide at, I think it was 15 feet, about 5 yards, which is what an average self-defense shot would be. But if you had to put that many rounds in, I could put them all in the size of a teacup. So pretty good, pretty consistent. Yes, I do keep this gun hot, and then when it is hot, I keep it in its holster because it covers the trigger and it locks that trigger well. And that goes on my nightstand. So tell me what you think. That is the Springfield XDM9 5¼ inch competition handgun, polymer pistol, striker fire. I can go on with all the nomenclature for it. But my name is Pat Garrett. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again. Plus some.
squeeze them out.